Time for baseball now on a Wednesday night in the windy city of Chicago. This evening, we've got a matchup from the AL Central Division between the Kansas City Royals and the Chicago White Sox. The White Sox look to match the longest winning streak in baseball history. James Paxton, the left-handed Canadian, gets the starting assignment here. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, we're looking at a real solid starting pitcher right here. You take a look at that ERA, anywhere between 3.5 and 4. But I'll tell you what he does know how to do. He knows how to get people out, and he can minimize the damage. He knows how to control the running game. He does a lot of things right. And if he does all those things, expect a real solid performance in this one.
And guys, you take a look at the White Sox entering play here tonight. They come in unbeaten and playing well here in the early going.
Matty, this is the best team in baseball right now. I mean, just a double-digit winning streak that, I mean, maybe happens to 2 or 3 teams a year you get this hot. This team is rocking in all facets right now, and they're a fun watch.
Hitter, Bobby Witt Jr.
That'll bring in Bobby Witt Jr. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. He'll enter play here at an even 250. 2 home runs and a dozen RBIs. Lifted down the line in left. On the run is Jimenez. He gets there, and that's the second out.
Batting third.
Next, it'll be Nicky Lopez. And he's looking to snap out of what's been a rather dry spell at the plate. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. The windup and the 0-1. He looks like he's toying with him here. It's 0-2.
Yeah, if he's going to pound the zone with this stuff all game, the offense better step up. Somebody's going to have to pull a trigger a little bit earlier in the count.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. William Humphrey, a left-hander from Wisconsin, will get the starting assignment. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, this guy's done a real good job on the year keeping the opponent's batting average down. Both righties and lefties.
1 sec as that ball is into the gap in right center. Should be good for at least 2 bases. The relay throw, and he'll get there as he legs out the leadoff triple.
And the home crowd is absolutely eating this up. Let off the home half of the first with a triple, and they're applying the pressure right from the get-go.
And the next to bat will be Tim Anderson, as he'll swing and hit this one hard, but fouled off to the left and out of play. Again, another foul ball. Oh, and 2, here it is. This is well struck, high and deep toward the left field corner. Gone into the home bullpen for a home run. So a 2-run homer down the line in left. 12 home runs for him now thus far, as the White Sox move in front 2-0.
That's how the manager drew it up right there. Hold the visiting team scoreless and then grab a huge home run in the first.
Batting third.
Standing in now, Eloy Jimenez.
Award.
Yes, he'll pick on the first pitch and line one back up the middle, and that's a base hit.
Dan, after that base hit, he's extended his hit streak to 9 games, and you know he wants double digits.
Oh, there's no question about it. Listen, anybody can get a 9-game hitting streak, but when you call your buddies or send out a text message and say, hey, I'm about in double digits, so 9 games is nothing to sneeze at, but he'd love to get it to 10.
Ready with the 0-1. Down the third baseline, but this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2. Working for the punch out and the offering. This is line to left, and that'll get down for a base hit.
Dan, after that base hit right there, he's got a 6-game hitting streak going.
You know what? And this could lead him on to some bigger and better things right here. He's been swinging the bat pretty well, and he's been rewarded for it, as you talked about. 6-game hitting streak so far.
One there. On to first, not in time as he just hits the bag ahead of the throw.
Batting 6.
So now to the plate, Jose Abreu. And the White Sox looking for more here in the game's opening frame. Out in front here is this one scorched foul to the left.
You can really tell they're trying to keep the ball in on this big slugger right here.
Is that an effort to keep him from getting extended, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt. But he might spin to win if he starts looking for it in there.
And he fouls this one off. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Out in front there as this one's pulled off to the left side. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fouled away. Runners are at first and third, 1 away. Grounded to short. And that's through for a base hit. Notch 1 in the score column as the runner from third crosses the plate.
And that's a base hit right there on a hanging 2-strike changeup.
And that's one we like to call a hanger right there. You see it high, you let it fly. Nice job by the opponent. Defensive player.
Next up, Chris Taylor. He's got a chance to add on to what's already been a big inning for them.
Yeah, 2 on here and 3 on.
And we'll just leave it there as they make the play to end the inning. So, second inning coming up, and Heidi Watney has an update for us on the weather forecast. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch.
The third baseman.
Rolled slowly down the first baseline. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Here's the pitch. This one's flared down the right field line. Abreu onto the grass. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
The catcher, number 13.
Here's the first pitch to him. Salvador Perez is in with 1 away now as he swings and misses here at strike 1.
As this game progresses, I don't think he's going to want to miss in that spot down the middle of the plate much more. It's early. They're a little less aggressive right now, so he's able to get away with it.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again.
Boy, so far early into this one, this guy's pitching really well, and I'm a big believer in body language. He's getting the ball, he's working really quick, keeping the ball down in the zone, and if you take a look at this guy so far early on, a lot of positive signs. He looks like he brought his good stuff in this one.
Fly ball into straightaway left. Waiting on it is Jimenez. 2 down. Now into the box, David Fry. He's gone over his first 6 at-bats in the series so far. And it's 0-1 to the Kansas City first baseman. He just ramps up and gears the fastball by him. 0-2.
Now that's just a nasty cutter right there. I don't care if that's his cold zone and he doesn't handle that pitch in that well. Most hitters don't get to that.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
Swing and a miss at a big breaking ball, and that's how the inning comes to an end.
And here's the switch-hitting catcher, Yasmani Grandal. He's back in the starting lineup for this one after sitting out last night's game. Hit high and deep to right center. Long run for the right fielder. He's there and records the first out.
Batting ninth.
Stepping up is Jake Shiner as he enters this one with an absurdly high batting average. Definitely one of the most dangerous hitters in the league these days. Drilled right back up the middle, and that is through into center field for a one-out single.
The batter, number one.
The batter will be Nick Madrigal. He smacked a triple and later scored his first time around. Swing and a liner. And a leaping try there, but he comes up a bit short as this is into left center, a base hit.
The batter, number 7. Shortstop, Tim Anderson.
And that'll bring up the shortstop, Tim Anderson. He hits it hard on the ground to the left. And that's through into left, a base hit. He'll come home with it. And he's going to score with ease as the throw will be too late. So, Dan, do you agree with the timing of the visit from the pitching coach?
You know, that's sort of a tough one since it's only the second inning. But I think it's about knowing your pitcher and how they respond. He's had some struggles here, so I think he's just reminding him to let those go and focus on the next batter.
Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Rolled slowly down the third baseline. But that'll get foul. It's 0-2 now. Another one sent foul. The 0-2 once more. Liner in there for a base hit. 1 run scores. The throw to the plate. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
You know who's the happiest man in the building right now? His starting pitcher. He's got a big old smile on his face. He knows he has a 6-run lead here in the early going to work with. You can't let that take away your edge, though.
Now here comes the Royal skipper up the stairs on his way to the mound. And a change is forthcoming as that's going to do it for his starter here this evening. In time to first, and there are 2 away. So a man at second here with 2 away. And that brings up Luis Robert. Now here's the first offering. Hit on the ground to third. Dozier brings it in. Throw cleanly into first, and that ends the inning. At the plate now is Sully Matias, and D-Row down 6 already in the early part of this ball game. What's the mentality for them as they try to work their way back?
You know what, Matty? This is where you take some prideful ABs. I've been down 6 before, and I've come back from even further down than that in some big ball games. You have to find a way to just relax and start piecing some good ABs back to back.
Stays alive, still 0-2. Into the windup and the pitch.
That's a
fastball just misses. That's ball 1.
1-2.
Jeez, finally. That's the first ball they've taken all night. Do it again, I dare you.
Swing and a miss as he starts the third the same way he ended the second with a punch out, 1 away. Now the first pitch.
Dom
Thompson Williams is the batter now as he looks at a ball of 1-0. 1 out, nobody on. Fouled off. And he throws a cutter right by him to take control. 1-2. And this is swung on and missed. His 5th strikeout already, and there are 2 gone in the inning.
2 up, 2 down on strikes in this inning. He looks really sharp out there, guys.
Jimmy
Govern is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1.
Hey, make no mistake about it. This lineup's going to have to get going and get a little bit more aggressive. This guy's pounding the zone.
Behind 0-2 now.
Ball one.
Breaking ball called just a bit low. And it's fouled away.
Lucky he got a piece right there. He was definitely late on that pitch after seeing a previous off-speed pitch.
And he struck him out. So a fine inning here. And we're back for the bottom of the third. Let's check in with Heidi Watney.
Leading up for the White Sox, the first baseman.
First delivery to him.
Abreu.
Line hard into left. But this will hang up a bit too long as it's taken in chest high for the first out. One out here in the Chi Sox third. And in to hit next, it'll be the ever-versatile Chris Taylor. To the left side, but it's well foul. Taylor, a 6'1" right-handed swinger and thrower. He was a 5th-round pick during the first-year player draft of 2012.
Hey, when you come out of the middle rounds, you have to grind for everything, and that's exactly what this guy has done, and he has turned himself into a solid big league ball player.
Up next for Chicago, the catcher, Yasmani Grandal.
Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. Pulls this one in the air out to left. And there's out number 2 as this is taken in shy of the track, and the runner will have to retreat. Next, it'll be Jake Shiner. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one.
Yeah, Matty, pressure's off right now. He extended his hitting streak that last plate appearance. Now he gets to get back into his zone, work on his craft, and try and drive something in the gap.
Line drive to center field. In there, a base hit. So now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Dan, he took that right back at his face right there. Exactly what you're trying to do. Middle cut, though. Are you a little concerned?
Yeah, that's a case of a ball being right down the middle. As a pitcher, you want to work the corners and stay out of that middle part of the zone, and he paid for it right there.
We'll have to leave it there as the play is made for the... Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Kyle Isbell. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here? Looked like he tried to pull it there, but he swings right through the fastball.
Wow, that's 4 straight Ks. He's knocking them down. He's looking for number 5 right here. You can tell this guy on the mound, he is pitching with a whole lot of confidence in this one.
And there's out number 1.
Number 7, designated hitter.
First pitch on the way. Bobby Witt Jr. is at the plate now. He's quickly behind 0-1.
Hey, he's rolling so far in this one as we head into the middle part of this game. How about 90% of his first pitches have been for strikes? If he continues to do that, he just might finish this one.
Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Here comes another 0-2. And that is swung on and missed. He's down on strikes, and the first 2 are retired here to begin inning number 4. Next to dig in, Nicky Lopez. And Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. And he fouls this one off. Looking to punch him out again, the pitch. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one into the box. Tim Anderson. He'll lead things off as they look to perhaps build on an already sizable lead.
This is when you got to get selfish. You cannot get complacent or overconfident right here. These days don't happen often. When you got your foot on the accelerator and the entire offense is feeling pretty good, get greedy and keep getting knocks and putting pressure on the defense.
Digging in next, Eloy Jimenez. Runner at first to start the inning. And Dan, when it comes to pitching in the rain, what changes?
I think the most difficult part, Matt, is the ball gets slippery. It's hard to keep your hands dry, and if you don't have a good feel on that grip, it's hard to control where you're going to throw the ball.
And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning.
The batter, the right fielder.
Hey, there's a bullet off the wall. The outfielder does a really good job of getting that one in quickly, but I think they had a play there at second base.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there, Dan. I got to believe you're busting it out of the box thinking two until somebody tells you no. I know it would have been a close.
And he will get in to score, and it's a run batted in on the sacrifice fly.
Up next to
the next batter will be Luis Robert. One in, one out, and one on here in the inning. First offering. Hit the other way out toward right field. Matias will drift over to his left a few steps as he takes it for the second out. So here's the slugging first baseman Jose Abreu now.
Jose Abreu
has a look. Now the pitch. Now a high fly ball headed for the corner in left. It has the distance, and it's a foul ball. Coming down in buckets, cats and dogs, insert metaphor here, and the forecast is not showing any signs of relief.
Total agreement, man.
There's a swing and a drive, and everybody's just going to sit back and watch that one fly. A no doubt home run. A two-run home run off the bat of Jose Abreu, number 14 on the season, as they've pushed this lead up to 9 now.
Well, if I was the manager, I would tell my pitchers to work around this guy. I mean, he's hit 3 home runs against them in this series. What more do they need to see? 4, 5? Jeez, enough is enough.
Oh, that liner drilled the pitcher right on the mound. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely. And this has to be a big concern here. This ball came back and got him right in the pitching arm. And that is something you just never want to see. You can see him trying to work this one off. And from all appearances, I think they're going to let him continue. So that at least is a good sign. At the plate, Yasmani Grandal. Oh, this is hit high and deep out to left. And he will crash into the wall, but hold on to it there for the final out of the inning. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Leading off for the Royals.
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. High and deep down the left field line, but this will wind up being a foul ball.
This guy's been really on point so far, but it's not getting any easier. He has to get through 4, 5, and 6 right here.
And the Royals are in the hit column.
Hey, D-Row, it's about time they finally break through. We're into the 5th inning, and that's just their first hit of this game.
Yeah, Danny, it's been a pitcher's delight out there, but I'm an offensive guy. I want to see some balls moved into the gap. First knock, hopefully this is the start of many.
Flew out in his only at-bat so far. And the throw to first is in time, 1 gone.
Now batting.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. This is skied out toward right. Haniger in pursuit. He gets there, and that's the second out. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Sully Matias stands in as he swings and misses for strike one. Dozier at second with 2 down.
No ball, 2 strikes. Swing
and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2.
Man, when you're struggling at...
We'll have to press pause as that strike 3 to retire. Scott Barlow gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. He's set, and the pitch. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Hard liner, but picked up on a hop. And he will whip this one over to first in time for the out.
The batter, number 1.
Back to the top of the order now. And that'll bring up Nick Madrigal. Here's the first pitch to him.
Looked like he was cheating a heater right there. A little bit too far out in front. Got to find a way to keep his hands back.
Set to deliver the 0-1. Fouled away. Now another 0-2. Now a flare out toward right center. Govern calls for it. 2 gone.
The batter, number 7.
So here is Tim Anderson. He scored after knocking a single in his last at bat. Now here's the first offering. Swing and a liner. That's in, and he is just on a tear. That makes him 4 for 4.
Boy, talk about having a day, Debro. He gets his 4th knock of the game, but mixed in with one of those 4 was a round tripper. Not a bad day.
Yeah, you have 5, maybe a handful of games that you can throw out 4 knocks throughout the course of the year. Add in a tater to go with it. He's smiling. His food's going to taste better tonight.
Thompson Williams able to track it down for the 3rd out. A man left for the White Sox, but they hold a 9-0 lead. Digging in now for Kansas City, Dom Thompson Williams. He'll start things out in their half of the 6th as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
Yeah, I think if I'm the hitting coach right here, Matty, I'm telling the offense to get aggressive. Just seems like we've been going too deep in counts, and this guy has got exploding stuff on the mound. So I would tell them get overly aggressive on a heater in the middle of the plate early.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch. Grounded to the right. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single. So only the 2nd hit he's given up tonight.
Yeah, man, he's locked in and pretty dominant since the first. So as long as he can get back in that groove with the next batter, he's not going to worry too much about it.
Into the box now. Jimmy Govern fouled off. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at bat. In there, and he's ahead 0-2 now.
Down 0-2.
That pitch tells me this guy's feeling frisky right now. He's on. He's got everything working.
And he struck him out. So double digits now. 10 strikeouts for him thus far. He's set. Here it comes. As he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1.
Hey, it's nearly impossible to turn 2 with a guy that could run like this. It's even harder when he comes out of the box hitting from the left side. You really need something tailor-made to even have a chance to get him at first.
To the plate now is the designated hitter, Bobby Witt Jr.
Hey, man, interesting story on Bobby Witt Jr. I had a chance to come up in the minor leagues when his dad was with the Texas Rangers. I was a hard thrower, Matt. Bobby Witt Jr.'s father, Bobby, might have been the hardest thrower I ever saw in the minor leagues.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Well out in front of the breaking ball there for a strike.
Hey, the guy on the mound is absolutely pounding the zone, and that's why he's been able to stay and pitch deep into this game.
A ball and 2 strikes.
So the intent of that 0-2 cutter right there isn't necessarily to get a swinging strike. If you get it, well, hey, that's great. But if you get it inside enough and he does make contact, he probably can't do anything with it anyway.
And that runner will hold up at second with 2 aboard now.
Wow, I'm not sure how, but it looks like he didn't even touch this thing. Might have been thinking about throwing the ball before he actually caught it. The game moves fast, but you have to do one thing at a time.
Stepping in now, Nicky Lopez, as he swings and lifts a pop-up out behind short.
And the 2-out threat won't pay off. The inning is over. Royals strand a pair. They're looking up at a 9-0 deficit. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And up next, the corner outfielder, Mitch Haniger.
Right fielder, Mitch Haniger.
First pitch of the AB on its way.
He'll swing and lift the ball foul off to the left and out of play.
Man, the batter's eyes lit up right there. A hanger just a little bit out in front. Couldn't keep it fair.
The 0-1 pitch. Line drive to center field. And he will run this one down, moving to his right, and that's the first out of the inning.
Good contact to start out the inning. Thought he might be on base with some sort of a hit, but it hung up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
The batter will be Luis Robert. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. High pop up. Fry over to his right. 2 down.
Now batting, first baseman.
Next up is Jose Abreu. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point. First delivery to him. Into center field, line drive, base hit.
Yeah, that hard hit single right there. That's clean. 3 for 4. He's looking locked in.
The designated hitter, Chris Taylor.
In now, Chris Taylor, as he'll cut on and miss it. A good slider at the knees for strike 1. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. And this hops over the wall out there for a ground rule double. And maybe a tough break, as that'll freeze the runner at third with 2 gone. Digging in, the switch hitter, Yasmani Grandal. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. That's in there, base hit. And not in time as the run scores. The tag from Perez. He's out at the plate. White Sox pick up just the 1. We're through 6 full, and the White Sox are out in front 10-0. And there's the signal now from the crew chief. As we expected, we will have a rain delay.
Begins to be dicey, Matt, if you're one of these managers right now. It looks like this could be delayed somewhere between 45 minutes to an hour. Do you leave your pitchers in? Most of the ballparks have areas down below where guys can ride the bike or get on the treadmill. But you start getting into that 45-minute to an hour delay, you're starting to really flirt with danger. I'll be interested to see what the managers do with these 2 pitchers. That's a real nice location with that fastball up and in on the hands. Hard to do much with that because a hitter really can't extend his arms very easily.
A ball and 2 strikes now.
1 and 2.
Still a ball and 2 strikes. Abreu trying to get there, and this is going to be a foul ball. And another foul ball. Now another 1-2. Popped him up. Abreu ranging into shallow right. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning.
The catcher, number 13.
1 man gone now for KC in the 7th. And up next, the former World Series hero, Salvador Perez. Out in front of it, strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Popped up. There to take it is Abreu, and that's out number 2. So now into the box is David Fry. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. A ball and no strikes.
Counts 1-0.
I think when a team starts struggling, certainly offensively, it's just guys try and play above their pay grade. Know who the best players are in the lineup and try and get on base to set them up.
Oh, shaking his head on that knuckle curve. 1 and 2.
Boy, he's been great in this one, and he's only one strike away from putting another 0 on the scoreboard.
And it's fouled away. 2 out, nobody on.
Ball, that's
Tough one to
upstairs.
call there, but it's ruled just above the zone.
I know he missed with a fastball right there, but this guy's arsenal, you can't figure out what he's trying to do. He's got a lot of different directions he could go in right here.
Now another 2-2. Ground ball sent back up the middle.
Anderson scoops it up.
Throw over to Abreu is in time, and with it the side. Striding in is Jake Shiner. He'll start things out here in the bottom of inning number 7. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Thompson Williams is there, and he has it for the first out. Stepping in next, Nick Madrigal comes in with a couple of hits, including a triple in 4 at-bats.
Madrigal.
From the stretch. 0-1 the count. On the ground to third. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Up
Next to stand in is Tim Anderson. Singled last time up.
Anderson.
And now the first pitch. This one's flared off to the right side. Here comes the right fielder. He gets there to make the catch, and that. And now here is Sully Matias. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Nah, they just haven't had much of an answer, Matty. They've been off balance and baffled all game. He's got a nice, comfortable lead. You have to think he's going to pound the strike zone. But here, get aggressive.
Trying to strike him out for the 3rd time. He struck him out the 3rd time he's fanned in the game. What's your take on all the strikeouts we see in the game today, Dan? That was his 3rd tonight, and it seems we're seeing that a lot more these days.
Yeah, Matt, there's been a real change in philosophy as far as hitting in baseball today. A lot of guys think now that an out is an out, a strikeout is just as good as a regular out, but we're seeing strikeouts at an alarming rate in baseball right now. Man, this dude is locked in on the mound. He's throwing each pitch with confidence.
And he's just rolling right now, and even dozen strikeouts for him in the ballgame. Stepping in once again is Jimmy Govern. No hits for him to this point, not unlike many of his fellow teammates. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors so far for the Royals. Hit the other way out toward right field. Waiting on it is Henniger, and that ends the inning. Royals go down. Tyler Zuber comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one.
Tyler Zuber.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch. Line toward the alley in left center. He dives. Did he catch that? He did. What a play there for the first out.
Boy, that would look like a cinch extra base hit off the bat, but a terrific diving catch in left center field.
From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Yeah, you could tell he was ready for another fastball, but the pitcher went to breaking ball, and the hitter just fouls that one off.
Swing and a line drive. Isbell is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the second out.
Up next for Chicago.
Next here is Luis Robert, struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0-for-4 ball game right here. First pitch of the AB on its way. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. He takes the turn and heads for second. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
Some guys just lay back and watch that first pitch go by no matter what. Work the count, make the pitcher waste a few pitches, but when he serves up a fastball like this on the first pitch, it's hard not to go after it. And that's just what he does. He jumped all over it.
Another RBI spot for him. He's already got 3 in the game. 0-1 count. Here it comes. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. And this will hop over the wall, but the run will score.
The batter, number
And this
6.
thing bounces over the wall, but I don't think it would have mattered if it stayed in the ballpark. Either way, the runner was going to score, and he was going to wind up at second. He drove that ball really nicely.
At the plate now, Chris Taylor. Weak grounder down the line at third. Over to first, and that retires the side. And now, Kyle Isbell starting things for his side in the ninth as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point, but these guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
First pitch of the AB on its way. Skied into very shallow right. Coming in is Haniger. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. So next to the plate for the Royals, Nicky Lopez. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the ninth as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt, they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so far in this one.
He's got it, and the White Sox will add one more to their winning streak as this ball game is over. 11-0 the final shutout total.